Bam. Hey, I'm here. Running a few minutes late. I like to make the haters wait, not you guys, okay? The haters. I like to make the haters wait. You know they waiting to see what to see what to see what the coach got to say tonight. And I sound kind of rough. I live out in the country, so I've been enjoying a lot of fresh corn. Oh, it's been really delicious all most of the summer. But now they whack down the corn that they grow for cornmeal. That dried up stuff. Yeah, they're growing that for cornmeal. They whack that stuff down, and yeah, it's just everywhere. So, and my sinuses are out to lunch. So, voice sounds weird, but yeah, I haven't lost my appetite, so I'm not sick. So we're here, and even if I was sick, we'd still be here getting ready to get it done. Welcome to Pro Se Legal School. Uh-huh. Stopping the court process 101. And I like that part. Some people say it don't match, but I don't care because what we do don't match. It don't match their corrupt, fraudulent crap. So we're going to rock and roll tonight. So tonight we're going to talk about updates to the mortgage fraud lawsuit package. I'm going to show you guys what's in the package. And so sometimes people invest in my stuff and then they contact me later and they say, oh, I didn't get this. I didn't get the jurisdiction challenge. I didn't get that. And so I let those people know that they're watching old videos. Okay. The package is changed all the time based off of real-time feedback that comes in from the people in the Facebook coaching group, and now from real-time feedback from just the real people that using my stuff. So, if you didn't get something, more likely than not, because it got taken out, and you're watching an old video, and we don't challenge jurisdiction anymore. That was a waste of our time. Challenging jurisdiction, basically, you're allowing the same judge to rule. So we don't do that no more. We come in suing the state court judge who signed down without injured party. We're suing the state because the state is the one that committed real estate deed fraud to get your property in registered in the office in the first place. That allowed first sale lien and put on property. We talk about all of that in the other videos. So you come in my program, you're suing the state. You're going to be suing the judge who signed down without an injured party to give your property away to the state, pretty much. Do your homework, pretty much. And the judge has conflict of interest, so how can the judge rule on your stuff and the state's giving the judge a pension? Oh, well, I don't want to get stuck on the judge right now. So let's just move on. Yeah, you understand. And the attorney who started this stuff. Now, if you're in the eviction process or whatever that you're trying to include in this, okay, you notice how I said that. Because in my program, you don't come here to stop the eviction process. You don't come here to stop. You don't come here to stop to stop. Yeah, you don't to sell. You don't come. You come here to address the reason why they were able to do all that shit in the first place. Okay, and that's when you sue their asses for the day-to-day procedures and processes that line your shit that force you to line up. Okay, starting out with the registration of your deed. Their law says they're supposed to deliver that deed to you, and it's not conveyed until blah 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 blah. Okay, but that's not what they do. And once that shit is registered, that allowed first illegal lien to be put in against your property, and most people don't realize that the first illegal lien is the mortgage lien. And I like to keep it simple because I box, I play football, those things, and not smart people do. So I like to keep it simple, and keeping it simple alleviates the arguing. So If there were several people who own property, all of those owners would have to be present to sign that lien, right? Uh-huh. So the fact that the alleged lender accepted the signature from your happy ass on the paperwork proves that you owned it already, and I smell stink. Uh-huh. Yeah. So those are the things that that we address. And updated to the mortgage fraud lawsuit package. We're going to talk about that today. Now, I'm also going to show you guys what you get in the file as of today's day. So I have people come, oh, I don't think you got the right file. I don't, whatever. I'm like, I think you got the right file. If it came through the website, then you got the right file. If for some reason I emailed you the file personally, I need to check. But just because that you don't see or whatever it says over here in this video in your stuff, don't mean because the jurisdiction stuff was removed, because why waste our time with that when we figured out we need to be suing them for the procedures that they used to line us up, not what they did. We need to be suing them for why they were able to do that shit to us. And that's what we're doing now. And a lot of people have a hard time with it. They have a hard time with the strategy. The strategy here is not to go and improve everything that you got on that paper. Okay. That's what you do in their conventional court, in their conventional program. You have to prove all that shit to the judge. And when I say judge, I know y'all know that the judge is getting paid, so there ain't no proving nothing, because they ain't trying to hear and not trying to hear any of that. So we go in and we want to force them to visualize the shared liability. So we're going to review the documents that I have in that package, and for the mortgage loan, challenging the mortgage loan fraud before you're in default. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about tonight. We changed that package up now so people can challenge their mortgage payments before they're in default. Okay. Mm-hmm. And what we got lined out for that is pretty cool. So we'll get to that in a minute. Also want to provide you guys with an update on my arrest crap or whatever that's going through municipal court. And I want you guys to keep in mind, I already beat municipal court down back in 2017 when they started harassing me because they were grumpy, because I also shut down the 12 federal cases that had against me. I went into the federal system with 2 cases, and when I got out, I had 12 cases. I had cases against my email address and cases against fake names, and it was all got shoved back up there. Yeah. So the cops harassed me with pulling me over $10 seatbelt tickets, and I'm going to be honest. Some of the times the cops thought that I may have been, like, I don't know, making a gesture toward them, but I tried to explain to them that it was something was caught in my ear. A bug flew in my ear. Anyway, so yeah, and those 3 $10 seatbelt tickets, I took them to federal court, and they ended up calling me from federal court to work out a settlement on that. And the last couple of times that I got pulled over by the police in Lawrence, Kansas, they ran my name in, and they came back and made me a deal. The last time I was saying, Miss Neighbors, if you let your wife drive, your driver license coming back suspended. That's not a good thing for the police officer to tell you. Of course, I had the D6 letter, and I was explaining to him that I had been reinstated, but it wasn't showing on the computer because the people in Topeka were a little grumpy because I sued them twice. We didn't get to all that. He cut me off and told me, "I'm gonna if you can let your wife drive, I'm gonna let you guys just going home having 2 grandkids in the vehicle." Yeah, I was like, "Whoa, I don't usually take a deal from the police, but I'll take that deal all night." Um, I'm gonna get out of the car, officer, and switch around, let my wife go. "Oh, no, okay, okay. I just wanna let you know." Yeah, so the last few times that I got pulled over, they ran it in, and obviously they told them, dude says, officer says, your driver's license come back suspended, but I'm going to let you just go on home if you, yeah. And after we drove off, my wife drove off, excuse me. She's like, somebody must have told them, I didn't know what they told them, but somebody down there remembers what happened the last time they gave me a ticket from municipal court. Municipal court gets its jurisdiction from the city ordinance, from the damn city ordinance. Are you kidding me? All of those people that are getting screwed in municipal, yeah. So, okay, I don't want to get started on that because that's not. Now, before we get into all that, I want you guys to please make sure, before we get into the fire, I want you guys please make sure that you subscribe and follow me on Twitter, X, Twitter X. My wife has reminded me that it's X now. And I'm going to be doing my coaching there. I'm not going to waste any more time on Facebook because the attorney's over there trying to, I just don't have time for that shit. So I'm going to move over here. They're already like censoring my stuff. Nobody can see my post or whatever. And it's funny how it goes. That is, when people think you're stupid and, you really just don't have time to mess with them. So I moved over to Twitter or X. You guys can follow me over there. Make sure that you subscribe to YouTube and make sure that you ring that bell so you get notifications when it's time to rock and roll or when I post stuff. And also make sure that you watch those ads so I can get paid my 5 cents. I'm up to 5 cents, so I can get paid my 5 cents. Okay, it's time to get to work. Now I'm going to share my screen and then just show you guys here in a minute. Now, the mortgage fraud lawsuit package is the package that most other people that are legal, that provide legal services. Some people are paralegals, some people are legal coaches, and some people just provide legal services. Some people are just assholes. Like me, that don't like your attorneys or the government or what they're doing to people. Okay, so this package is structured for those people because it addresses not only the 42 USC 1983 issue, the issue of the day-to-day procedures and process involved. It also addresses the path that the mortgage fraud path. It addresses the path that mortgage fraud took. Now, I'm not going to get into all of that. If you're interested in that, you can go and you can watch those videos, and I talk about that. But I upgrade this package to include the document that you need to challenge your mortgage before you're in default, and that's so badass. Yeah. So we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight, and how to use it. And so what I've done is I structured offer to pay letter. So basically, I found the statute doing research. I found the statute. Remember, statutes are not valid laws for us unless there's an injury party, damage party, but they are to their asses because they're the laws that they're supposed to follow to keep us from being violated. Well, most of them. Some of them are trash. Oh, to violate us. So I guess you got to spend a little time in here so you understand what they're. But anyway, So I found a statute that mandates. Well, actually, the way this goes is this way, in my opinion. Okay, so the original statutes were connected to the Constitution. The state original statutes were connected to the Constitution, and the federal government, I don't know, statute at large or something, whatever. And then all these things changed and whatever. And so now they changed to whatever and have their new statutes and codes. Yeah, which are crap. So just just so you know. So the offer to pay letter includes the actual statute that those fools are supposed to follow when they call in the full note. When the alleged lender calls in the full note, they're supposed to. The statute mandates that they're supposed to provide the original instrument of indebtedness in its original form if they're going to call in. Don't stop and think about it. Why is that? Well, that's so their buddies down the street can't come after you in 2 years from now. Yeah, on the same crap that they already beat you. Now, my program stops all that because their buddies down the street are getting wind of what's going on when you jam their ass up in court. All of them see it or whatever. But that's the problem that they face. So the offer to pay letter jams them up. And so basically, it says kind of in short that your legal team has has offered them the opportunity to schedule a hearing, not really a hearing, to schedule a meeting where you can show up and inspect the original instrument of indebtedness in its original form, so you can write them a check for the full amount. Because if they're asking for the full amount, they're supposed to give you the thing saying that the shit is over with and can't nobody else bother you. That's the way it's supposed to be. And not too many people know where this statue is. I'm surprised I found it. And the way my brain works, so when I found it, we put this thing together, offer to pay letter. So the way this goes is what I would do is I would mail the offer to pay letter to all of the people involved. I would mail. So, for instance, if your property was going to go into foreclosure, to people that's involved with the foreclosure, I would mail it to them. And the foreclosure judge, I would mail it to them. I would mail a copy to the clerk that's going to be involved. And I would tell them that this is your offer to pay letter. And that now, whether you pay or not, it's up to you. But this is what I tell them. This is my offer to pay letter, and I'm not paying on the mortgage anymore. So I'm pretty sure that you're all going to ignore me, and you're going to file the foreclosure and start the proceedings. Okay, and force my legal team to sue your asses. So I want to offer this offer to pay letter so we can resolve all of the problems, because I don't want the court to have to, use all those resources and all that and have to go through all this. And I don't want the judge to have to pay his attorney. Okay. I'm having a little fun with this offer to pay letter because it's totally off the chain. So here's the thing, okay? At the end of the day, if you've offered to pay and you serve these people, I would serve the people in charge. I would serve them the offer to pay letter. I would also put the offer to pay letter in the public record. Actually, before I served them and before I filed it in court, I would make sure that it's on the public record. Now, all parties have been notified that you're ready to pay. You want to pay these people all the money that they say that you owe that was created with your own damn signature. Okay, that's another video. Okay, you're ready to pay, but hey, there's no way that your legal team is saying you should pay until they produce what the law says they're supposed to produce when they're calling in the loan. So all you need is for them is just to set up a time to show up in the judge's chambers, okay? Because they're not gonna have this take place anyplace else. That's definitely not in the court. Okay. Not in judge's chambers either, but I'm just being facetious. Okay, never mind. Yeah. So you want, yeah. And so now if they want to file foreclosure against you, you've already sent this offer to pay letter. And I send it to the clerk. And I tell the clerk, hey, I write the clerk a letter. Clerk, this is my name, whatever. And this is the judge that does the foreclosure. This is the law firm that generally does the foreclosure and steals people's shit. So I just want to let you guys know that clerk, that when they come with all this stuff, this offer to pay letter is the first thing that I want you to put in my case. Oh, I know. I have to have a case number and all that, but you can file it on the other side, on the left side or the right side. I know there's two sides. So one side they file their shit on, and the other side they file is where the real stuff is that they don't want you to know, or the stuff that they hide. I don't know. I don't know which one it is. Okay, but remember, the goal here is not to ask the court to set up a time where you could go and prove what you're saying and all that shit. Okay, that's in the conventional program. Okay, people get your head stuck in that program, you might as well just throw your own shit in the yard. Okay, because the judge that they're paying to steal your shit is the one that's going to rule on that program. In my program, I like to let them know what I'm bringing to the table. Okay, the facts outweigh their bullshit. I'm just saying, the facts trump the case law. It trumps the statute. It trumps all of that shit. And so that's kind of what we bring to the table. I had one person tell me, attorney told him, "Oh, well, this stuff you filed, it's." They said this stuff that you filed is copy and pasted. And so the person said, "Yeah, it copy and pasted your ass right out the door." Oh, it's copy and paste. Yeah, that's what they say when it's not their conventional bullshit forms that they want you to fill out. So that's how you use that. And and so this is, I don't think a lot of people understand the value of the offer to pay letter. Okay. If you're about to do that and go into that situation where you don't have enough money to finish paying you, you know that the property tax is kicking your ass and they're trying to take your shit from the property tax. Okay, well, okay. So you serve everybody, all the parties. Hell, I served the Lincoln Sheriff Department, the eviction company, whoever, the sale company. I have all their ass getting. They're gonna be like, "What the hell is this shit?" Uh-huh. But see, here's the problem. If you've offered to pay, as soon as they follow the law that they're supposed to follow, then they can't file foreclosure on you. Can they do foreclosure? Can they do foreclosure if you've offered to pay and you have it documented on the court? And it's not on the court record, kind of, sort of. But the damn judge got a copy, a chamber copy. The judge's copy should be marked chamber copy on the top in big black letters. Uh-huh. Everything that you file in court, there should be a copy for a chamber copy. And the reason that I tell people to do this is because of this. One of the things that I learned, and it like blew me out of the water, and actually it made me understand a whole bunch of shit. Okay. Why the hell does a clerk lie to your face a whole bunch of times? Okay, so I read the clerk's number one job is to control the court's finances. Mm. Think about that. The clerk's number one job is to control the court's finances. So when your happy ass show up with you're a lot 5.5 or 25 million, whatever you put on that damn line. Oh shit, they're like, oh, they play it off. The eyes really get that big on the inside, but on the outside, they get real little. Yeah, then they go back. No, you gotta tell me if I got this wrong. People using my stuff. They take your document to jam up the attorney for sanctions or the prosecutor for basically you try the case and the sanctions if you got the new stuff. They'll go in the back room and they'll be back there for like, I don't know, 15 minutes, 10. They'll be back there for a little while. Then they'll come back with this other person. Yeah. And this other person is the supervisor. Yeah. Oh, well, Mr. Neighbors, Mr. We can't file. So you know what you tell them? You just look real serious, and you tell them, my legal team told me that you guys are going to pull this shit, and that you were going to do whatever you could to help the bar members that I got listed as defendants. The judge, the state. They're all bar members. All upstate, the judge, they're all okay. So the legal team told you you're going to help them. So they just told me to make sure that you're aware that that you're on camera. I don't know, up there somewhere, taking my documents, and so you can do whatever you want with them. Because once I hand the shit to you, your ass needs to go file it, or you can throw it in the trash can. Doesn't matter to me. Now, I'm going to throw it out here. No, I didn't come up with that on my own. That came from someone in the group, in the coaching group, that happened to that person. That person was black, and what actually happened was that, and this is yeah. So that person told me, yeah, he said, Coach, I was so mad. I walked around in a federal building. So this person tried to file everything at the same time, which you don't want to do because it's a sign of fear, or you don't need to. You may not need to file one thing, anything else other than the first. Okay. So yeah, they gave him a hard time. So he said he walked around in the federal building trying to find the prosecutor's office so he could get the prosecutor to go arrest their ass. Oh, I was like, okay, so I'm like, dude, it's a good thing that you didn't find the prosecutor's office, because that's not the way that shit works. They don't go arrest white people. Number one, they don't go arrest their own people. They have upstairs running the administrative part of everything, because the administrative part of everything is everything. There's no judicial. If you force them to make it judicial, oh hell no, they're gonna call timeout. They're gonna call timeout and get the hell out the back door. People don't realize that the attorney's number one job is to protect the judge, and then the court, and then the attorney's law firm, and then the attorney's brothers, and then attorney's family, and then his wife, and then the damn public. And I'm talking about for attorneys you paid. Okay, the damn public comes before your ass, and you pay. Look that shit up if you think I'm freaking crazy. Look that shit up. Yeah, the attorneys, the public. Yeah. So the goal of the pay letter is to put the players in a position where they can't commit to scheduling a meeting for your legal team and yourself to review the original instrument of indebtedness, which the law requires that they have when they call in for a loan. So if they can't schedule that meeting, the law requires them to have the original instrument of indebtedness. If they can't schedule that meeting, I don't know, then they can't say you're in default because you're calling their ass out on the carpet. Now, I know the people, oh, coach, you're crazy, whatever, whatever. Okay. So people who follow me know that I don't just like throw something out there without throwing some fire behind it. So the whole goal of the lawsuit package is, you know, if they uh, if they want to foreclose on you, even after you prove that they don't have what they need to do that, then you can sue them for the fraud. Then you can file the demand for sanctions and sue. Actually, you do the demand for sanctions first to kind of beat their ass down a little bit before you go in. Yeah. So let's just do a screen share so that I can show you guys what's kind of in the package right now. When I do the screen share, I'm just going to go down the list from the top to the bottom. Now, that's not going to be the order in which this stuff is filed. So I'm just going to go down the list from top to the bottom. If you want to know what order is going to be filed, y'all ask me to watch the instruction in the video and updated instruction in the video. The updated instruction in videos outlined, there's like 7 or 8 of them outlined the new stuff that we're doing when we use the 42 USC 1983 package, which is what we do for everything now. We no longer have a judicial and non-judicial package. They got scrapped because it took too long. It was too much arguing. Now we go in and we address the issue of the state's day-to-day process and procedure that they used to line your ass up to be violated in their administrative court. And so that's what we're addressing now, and that's working pretty damn good. So let me do a screen share, and I'm going to. Okay, I'm going to move this over here so I can see it. Okay. So the first document that we have here, let me see. I need to make sure. I got to get it lined up here so that I can see both documents. Okay, so the screen share, you guys can see here the first document is the demand to vacate the default judgment. I've added that in. Hang on 1 second here. Okay. So the first document shown at the top is the demand to vacate default judgment. I added that in for people who are facing who already had the judgment against them, but aren't in the eviction process. Now, I wouldn't use this first. Like I said, you want to watch the updated instruction videos. I left this in here just in case people wanted to go back and sue them later. This package, you're going to sue them several times. Now, this is the mortgage fraud lawsuit package, and this package is different from the $600 package. The mortgage fraud package is half price of $1,500 pack. The 42 USC foreclosure package is, I don't know, half price $600 package. And in the mortgage fraud package, we address the 42 USC issues. But more before we get to those issues in the package, we address the actual path the mortgage fraud took. Like, for instance, we're saying there are 6 things missing, and those 6 things outline the illegal path that the mortgage fraud took. Like, you're saying one of the 6 things, you're saying that you and the alleged lender agreed to do the deal according to the GAAP accounting principles, which are the federal laws, the banking laws, whatever. And the lender can say they did the deal according to the GAAP accounting principles because they didn't. And they can't say they didn't because it may not violate federal laws. So they're in. So one of the other things that I can remember off the top of my head is you're also saying that the alleged lender agreed to repay the borrower, which was you. The money was created with your signature. So you're saying that one of the things missing, that you're saying that the attorneys file this crap in court, and there are 6 things missing from the original contract. And the second thing you're saying is missing, that the lender agreed to repay the borrower. Well, anybody can look at the finance papers and see that the alleged homeowner is the borrower because the money was generated with their signature. Mm-hmm. That's just 2 other things. And I'll tell you right now, the mortgage fraud package is the same lawsuit that I had in online course before Teachable. Attorneys at Teachable terminated my course because I posted a video from Nikki Ross showing that that they use my stuff to get the deed delivered. The deed delivered. Oh, 5 million, 10 million, whatever. That shit's ridiculous. Your goal here is to get them to deliver your deed, and there's another document in their system that they created to reference your deed, and to remove all the information and to get your information off of Zillow and all those websites, and that's your goal. And before you stick my shit in their face, you should already have your list of what your ass want them to do. Mm-hmm. When they call you up, or even I want to know how. Actually, in most cases, they contact you. The last lady said to contact her with a short sale. Oh, we saw your lawsuit that you stuck up our. Oh wait, no, she only used the sanctions. Yeah, they got to the lawsuit. She stuck the sanctions in their face, and they came to the table. They came to the table with their offer for a short sale. Okay, usually it's a loan modification or whatever, okay? And if it's a loan modification, at least they give your ass a chance to stay in your damn house, okay? You beat their ass to the punch, you got it, but then they're going to offer you a short sale. So they're going to sell your house for less money than it's worth, and then kick your ass out. So you don't have to do the foreclosure, but your ass still get kicked out. Okay. Yeah, I told her that would piss me off. And they offered me the short sale. But you know what? Here's the thing, and this is what we learned. They come offer you the short sale. That's the stupid shit. That's the stupid shit. Their way to negotiate. That's their step to negotiations. because they're so used to kicking everybody's ass, they're used to having their ass handed to them on a stinking platter. So that's their negotiation. When they come with anything other than what your ass is demanding in the thing, then you want to go back to what you're demanding in the thing. Hey, my legal team, you want to throw it on the legal team, because you don't want them to know that this beat down is coming from your ass until you're done. Because if you do the other way, they can lock your ass up, or they could think that they can lock your ass up to stop the beat down or whatever. So my legal team said, yeah, that you guys aren't going to be able to respond to my lawsuit. So you guys can let my legal team know. You can just send me an emails. I'll send it over to them. Yeah. So this one here is a motion for summary judgment. It's the next one. And I put that in there. Some of the stuff I got in there for people to play and have fun with. So the demand for summary judgment is one of those. Now, this one is probably one of the first ones that I would file in this case, and it's demand for sanctions for the mortgage fraud. This has been updated. Generally, you're demanding for sanctions in most of the other documents because they failed to follow Rule 11 and do a reasonable pre-filing investigation. In this demand for sanctions, you're saying that had they done a reasonable pre-filing investigation, they would have uncovered all of the things, the 6 missing things, the fact that the real estate deed fraud, all of that in the demand for sanctions. So basically, I turned this demand for sanctions into your demand for sanctions / lawsuit. And I've also done this with the prosecutor eliminator package. So your demand for sanctions is also addressing the fact that the statutes are not valid laws because they don't have enacting clauses, titles, or they don't have a body. The 3 things that the Constitution mandates have some whatever. So, okay, so when I set up my business, I structured my stuff to punch these people in the face nice and slow. For you guys that have been following me for a while, okay, that's the way I like to roll. I don't like to knock people out because I like to make them suffer. But it's been brought to my attention by Brooke and Lynn and a few other people that are in my program that not everybody likes. Some people like to just end it and knock their ass out and be done with it. So that's kind of where we're headed now. Since we got the power that we need to drag their ass out and make them go sit the hell down and tap out, we need to learn how to use that power to shut their ass down for the people that don't want to have as much fun as I like to have. Anyway, so the 2 main documents in my premium package are the demand for sanctions, and now I'm throwing this on the table. Okay, you all have the same shit. You just haven't spent the time to change it to whatever you want. So if you invested in the shit last year or whatever, you can take that demand for sanctions and take the lawsuit package. And all it takes is a matter of putting this information over here to jam in their face and putting this information over here to jam in their face. And by doing it that way, I don't know, it's kind of like having a bench trial, except your ass get to be the judge. Because think about it. Demand for sanctions is cut and dried. You're demanding sanctions because they failed to do a reasonable pre-filing investigation under Rule 11. Had they done a reasonable pre-filing investigation, they would have found all of these things that you're saying is a damn problem, showing that your due process has been violated, that the real estate defraud and yeah. Oh, y'all ass no. They're not going to want to talk about any of this stuff. If the judge denies your demand for sanctions, then you can file. Well, what I would do probably is object, file the demand for reconsideration, and then file a claim against the judge. Okay. At the end of the day, in this program, if you allow any of them to stomp your ass in the face without doing something about it, then you might as well go throw your own shit in the yard or go and put your handcuffs on yourself. So, and that's what it comes down to. I meet with people in groups and I listen to people talk about how the magistrate judge, who has no authority to say shit in your case without your consent, is making them go back 3 and 4 and 5 times to redo their shit. Okay. The magistrate should be getting sued at the gate. I'm just saying. But people are catching on. The Banker's Secret Manual. Now, this, and there's a new one that's out, or I think I have both. The Banker's Secret Manual is a resource that I got a lot of information from, facts from, to help me structure the 6 missing things and how we put together what, I have ADD, so I'm all over the place. The Banker's Secret Manual talks about the bank and kicking the bank's ass or whatever. Okay. That's not why I put it in here. Okay. I don't screw with the bank. When people mess with the bank, they get sent to Mars before they're ready to go. We stick to the bar members or the attorneys, and we stick to the process instead of worrying about the bank. But the Banker's Secret Manual has a lot of resources in it for people whose brain works like mine, and they're able to take the resources out of this and put it on the paper and make their ass accountable for the shit. Because that's basically what I do in a nutshell. Take the stuff and put it on the paper. Some kind of way, figure out how to put it on the paper and hold them accountable. Now, the banker's fear is one of the main subjects in this manual that's important to read. If you don't have time to flip through the manual, you should at least go straight to the banker's fear. The banker's secret fear is actually what it's called. And when you understand that, you'll have a much better idea of why I put this shit together here in this package. Now, I included the legal malpractice lawsuit in here. I have that on my website, really cheap right now. I included it in this package for people who paid an attorney and the attorney screwed you over. And the reason the attorney screwed your asses over when you hired him to help you with foreclosure or, we'll see, with foreclosure or criminal shit, I stick with those two because I'm not saying every attorney is an asshole, okay? But the regional attorneys throw your ass under the bus in foreclosure is because their buddies down the street, okay, their buddies down the street pay them a percentage of what they steal from you to throw your ass under the bus in the end. And they do the same thing for their buddies. And this is why when you come with my shit to the table, attorneys have to represent themselves. they can't find anybody to represent them because the other attorneys already know that your ass knows cows out of the barn. Okay, the shit's all over the yard. Oh, and they're doing the same shit, so they have no credibility in court. And they know that if you're coming to the table with the state, the judge, and the attorney, any new attorneys that sign on to help them, there's going to be added in the shit as a damn defendant. Are you kidding me right now? This is the key that most people freaking miss. Okay, whoever is helping them is added as a defendant. Okay, in the hood, whoever came and helped them beat your ass is the one that's going to have to pay. Oh, so that's pretty much a judge or whatever. That's how it should go. Now, I've included a notice of recusal, which I just put in there and have fun with, because if you do this right and you sue the judge is going to have to recuse himself or herself, because the judge can't litigate a case they're a party to. They can't represent themselves, okay, and they can't represent each other, and their attorneys have the same problem. And this is like paramount on why it's so important to add their asses to the shit. The biggest mistake that people make, one of the biggest mistakes, this might have to be another video, okay, but one mistake I'm going to go here. The first, and I think it's the biggest mistake that people make that are facing foreclosure, is thinking that the lender is the one foreclosing on you. The lender don't have shit to do with the foreclosure. And anytime you mention the lender or talk about the lender or whatever, okay, they're going to throw your shit out. Even if you take my shit to the table and you start talking about the lender, or you let them trick you into talking about the payments, they're going to throw your shit out. They're going to say you failed to state a claim. And they're saying that because they know that you can't connect any of that foreclosure shit to the lender, because the lender done charge off. They charge it off their books, and they claim it on their taxes. You know, the corporate charge off, and there's no way to connect it back to them. Well, that's what they say. That's what the judge is going to say. Okay. But I put this in here for people to have fun with, because, you know, one of the things that I tell you in my program, I can't guarantee you shit, because some people don't do the right thing. Some people don't watch the updated instructional videos, so they have no idea. One person watched the first instructional video and thought we should move the case, but he didn't watch the next videos and find out we stopped doing that because the courts were calling each other. Okay. So we also included the notice of default, because they're not going to be able to answer to my stuff. And this is another document that I included so people have some fun with. Yeah, I called the attorneys. I sent them a copy of this shit the night before I file it. Yep. And then offer to pay letter here. We talked about it at the top of the show. Now, like I told you guys, my mortgage fraud lawsuit package was my online course, except it's been condensed into this file so that people can still use it while I get the other online course website up and running or whatever. And I've added some extra stuff in this. So people who are investors, I have several people who are teaching groups of people in their corporation, their own strike team. Basically, they're training their strike team to handle all of the foreclosure situations that their company owns in all of the different states. Remember, everything we do is in federal court. Oh, wait, we do crush the state court process in state court, but we crush their ass with federal court case law. Oh, they whine about it like crybabies, but there ain't no difference between doing that as there is between filing Supreme Court case law and any other lower courts. So There you go with that. Now, the temporary restraining order to stop the federal funding. Now we're about to have some real fun. So this document came about one day when I was having a glass of wine or whatever it is I do. And I started, I got bored. I'm like, I wonder if I could shut down the court's funding. I wonder if that's possible. Yeah, I didn't even want to tell you how long I spent on this. Because you guys are going to think I'm crazy. I spent a considerable amount of time on this, and the only reason that I spent that much time on it because, it was looking like I could do that. Huh. Yeah, it's kind of like the property tax packet. It was so easy. Okay, so the spending clause in the Constitution mandates that the federal government can block the funding to the state, the federal funding to any state that's violating the Fifth Amendment or civil rights. There was two specific things. I know Fifth Amendment was one, I think, and I don't remember exactly what the other. Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, so now I took that information. Oh, and I put it into a temporary restraining order to block the state court from receiving federal funding. Now, states receive anywhere from 26 to 77% federal funding to run the state. So, in effect, you shut the whole court down, and the judge wouldn't be able to get paid. Yeah. Yeah, I this package and the prosecutor eliminate package is my best work. I love these two packages, and I put extra stuff in here so people can get some extra punching in. Because one of the things that I tell you, you get in my program, you're going to have fun. Okay, I don't care. You're going to have fun, and I haven't had one person that didn't tell me, no, win or lose, whether or not they wasn't still in the house yet. But at some point, you're going to be having fun because you're going to be seeing these same assholes that have been punching your ass in the face over here with a whole different tone. Okay? They got a whole different tone, a whole different attitude, and they're going to be talking some different shit. I'm just saying. Now, the wrongful eviction for 2.5, you can always change that whatever you want. I put this in here. I'm hoping that people don't file it first if they got evicted or whatever and wasted time. Anybody that don't watch the instructional video or the updated instructional videos for how to use the 42 USC, whatever, you probably should get your shit in storage. Okay. I put this in here. So, like, for instance, I ran into situations where property owners, okay, were dealing with, even though they were using this stuff to jam up the court process, they were still dealing with these fools harassing the tenants, trying to evict them. So if they filed the eviction process against your tenants, your tenants can use this to go in and sue their ass at 2.5 or maybe add it to 5.5, whatever for wrong. Oh, you don't have to wait until they're evicted. I don't wait till they're evicted. Hell, they send my ass the thing saying my rent's late or my mortgage payment is late. Then I'm already going to start all the process because I want them to know exactly what the hell, what kind of ass whooping that they're going to get if they want to keep this shit and keep bothering me. Now, at the end of the day, these fools have so many people who don't have anybody like no crazy ass mentally incompetent. They said I was mentally incompetent. They don't have any mentally incompetent people like me or whatever to help them. And a lot of people just scared and give up. So at the end of the day, they don't have time to be dealing with assholes like the kind of assholes that buy my stuff. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm going to stop the screen share here. Thunder Gigging Charters, welcome. Got some new people here tonight. That's freaking really cool. You guys make sure that y'all click on them ads and watch them ads. Leave them running on all your TV. No, baby girl, you should go to my website and get educated, because if you find me on their website, then we're gonna be talking to see what you need. Because I ain't gonna throw it out there and say I'm gonna give you this or I'm gonna give you that, because not everybody needs the same shit. So yeah. So I would tell you what my name is, but I'd rather have you go figure it out. So I'm not Coach Neighbors in the real world. Well, well, when there ain't no real world. So I'm not Coach Neighbors in the. There you go. I left the real world out. Oh, my name is Guy Neighbors. GUYNEIGHBORS. Coach Neighbors. First name Guy. The middle initial M. The police got all that shit down when they arrested me last week. Oh, and I wanted to tell you guys about the police arrest or whatever. I ain't trying to hear no sorry ass shit or people telling me how sad they are that happened to me. Okay. I'm definitely not trying to hear no shit about people telling me that I should be worried or scared or worried about my family because I'm pissing them off, okay? Because I don't care about none of that. And those people who tell me that shit, you got one shot at it, and I'm gonna block your ass, okay? From everything. I don't care because I don't have time for that, okay? They already took their shot at me, sucked up 33 months of my life, hauled my wife off to jail, sent me back with a forced medication order. And I'm going to throw it on the table. If it wasn't for my amigos de Mexicanos, if it wasn't for my Mexican friends getting my back, I don't know if I would have been able to step back up, because that was pretty rough. Forced medication order. Yeah, when you're a big dude, you know how to boss, whatever. I ain't scared of nobody, because anybody wants to do something, it's, their blood gonna be over here too. So yeah, but that medication crap, yeah. So I'm not worried about what they want to do to me. Okay, they took everything I had except my love for God, my belief in God, and my love for my wife and family. Okay, that's they didn't take those two things. Okay, so if they want to come back and take some more, they better get in line, and they're going to have to bring a lunch, because it's going to be a fight. And I'm supposed to let you guys know what I'm going to do tonight, but I to the popo. I haven't decided yet. I'm like a kid at a candy store. Well, thank you, baby girl. A lot of people say they don't have a mortgage, and they're confused if they're paying property tax. And I'm thinking that you probably are paying property tax. So it doesn't matter if you have a mortgage, you're still getting screwed. You're getting screwed like you would if you had a mortgage. I'm just saying. People get get confused. Oh, a property tax, a tax lien, a mortgage, a foreclosure, or whatever. I don't have a this, I don't have a that. You don't have your damn property deed. If you don't have your property deed, then you're getting screwed. That's it. End of the story. Because you don't, you say, I don't have a mortgage, but they're screwing me in property tax. That's because your shit was already registered in the office before you came on the picture. Pretty much. Okay. And I'm thinking the only way to get around that is if, I don't know, is your property been in your family for like 100 years or something like that? Excuse me. So yeah, you can say you don't have a mortgage, but my question is, are you paying property taxes? Because if you're paying property taxes, then you're still, hey, twins, all right, two, gotcha. Then you're still paying, you're still getting screwed. And so you can either go with the property tax package, you can go with the 42 SC, you can go with any of those packages addresses the fact that you don't have your mortgage. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, because that's the way I roll. I don't play. I can remember all this legal shit, but I can't remember if I lied, if I'm lying about something I said about something I lied. Okay. The package that has the most value, obviously, is the mortgage fraud package. Okay. Down from that, the package with the most value is going to be, it's going to be the property tax package. And the reason is because I included the 42 U.S.C. 1983 lawsuit that we're using foreclosure in the property tax package. Because some people were facing property tax foreclosure. Some people weren't in the were facing property tax lien foreclosure, which means they weren't actually in the foreclosure yet. And it was just confusing for people. So I just added the damn thing to it. And at the end of all this, I'm going to have one premium package that has everything for legal coaches and business entrepreneurs who want to teach people how to do this like I'm doing. So, but until we get to that, the property tax package is the best value for your money because you can sue them for the property tax situation. You'll be able to sue them for the sanctions for the property tax situation. You'll be able to sue them for the foreclosure situation. So if the foreclosure situation is first, then you'll sue them for the foreclosure situation. And then go back and sue them for the property tax. Oh, yeah, along the way, you can slide that demand for sanctions in there. So you guys are seeing what I'm talking about up in here. Well, man, E. We'll just call you E. E, that would be a problem because the judge definitely has a conflict of interest because the judge is paid by the state. The state is the one that's in control of your property deed. The judge is being compensated because the state's paying the judge, and the state gets the car. The judge gets a car from the state, and in Georgia, the master of equity is not even a judge; it's actually an attorney that's appointed to run the foreclosure. And Shamel Maxwell, her dad went through this process, and the judge ended up having his mail sent to her dad's house after and so they're still in court over that. Turns out that the judge and the judge's son was a realtor, and the judge and his son had been stealing people's property for a minute. And I actually posted that. Judge Strickland. See, I can remember the real shit. Judge Strickland, I posted a blog on my blog site about his sorry ass. Thank you. Just don't tell me that I should be afraid of these assholes or that I should be worried about my family or whatever. Okay, because here's the thing. And this is one of the reasons why I'm an asshole. When people call me and ask me, so I don't tell you what to do. You got to go watch. You need to go to the website, take a look at the stuff. Now, if you email me or contact me or whatever, you have questions about what I have on the website or whatever, I'll be glad to answer them. But I have people call me and they just want me to tell them what to do, and I don't do that. And the reason I don't do that, one of the reasons is because that never works, and you never learn to train your brain to think like mine does. Never one. And the other reason is it's the reason that I don't tell people what to do is because I structured this program to operate without my happy ass here. And that's the deal. So if I disappear tomorrow, okay, the program's still going to be working. Okay, it's just going to be free to the public. And it's going to be on a server in a country that don't like our asses. Everything is going to be on a server. The YouTube videos, everything is going to be on a server, and it's just going to be free to the public. So, okay, so maybe I should have said, y'all don't be rude, don't be rooting against me. Okay, I'm kidding. I know y'all would be doing that. Okay, because there's more value in me keep continuing to burn them. Give you guys what you need to burn their asses. So that's what we do. But so I don't worry about that shit. I don't want people to feel bad because I got arrested. I had choices. I could have kissed the officer's ass like the dude that was talking shit over there, and the cops showed up. He's like, "Oh, I was so frightened." I'm like, "Dude, you're a freaking liar. You told me you were gonna chop my throat." Okay, frightened people take their happy ass in the house. Frightened people don't come out and hit a 6'7" black man in the face. Well, try. He tried to hit me in the face. It didn't work out too well for actually didn't work out too well for anybody. But anyway, guys, thank you for the value of sharing your time. The new package that I put together. If your shit got dismissed because they held your pleading to the standard of a licensed attorney, or and this is freaking cool as hell. Or if it got this, if your case or your case or pleading got dismissed and the judge didn't provide a facts of finding and a conclusions of law, then this new lawsuit document, it's just one document, is on the website for $99.99 right now until I change that. So I didn't know how long that's going to be. $99.99. This is a document that I used in my $3 $10 seatbelt tickets to force the judge to make them come to the table and call me about figuring out a way to make this go away. But the new document has been beefed up. It's not the document that I used in 2017, and it's totally off the chain. It's totally off the chain. So if the judge dismisses your pleading, any pleading, now you can sue the judge for holding your shit to a higher standard and for the judge violating due process. Oh, wait. No, you're not going to be asking to put everything back where it was to give them another shot at beating your ass down with the judge's buddy over there waiting in line. No. No. So this document is the one punch to make their ass straighten up at the end of the line, or to bring the heat. Okay, to bring the heat. The first time to screw you over, you need to bring the heat. I listened to some people in the group, and I'm going to appeal. Dude, if you got to appeal, okay, you need to feel. and punch somebody in the face with your lawsuit. Okay, I'm just saying, if you don't make them pay for violating you, they're going to violate you all day until you go sit down. So thank you guys for the value of sharing your time. That new lawsuit that I put together to handle this issue with them holding your pleading to a higher standard is on my website. And if you invest in it, it's going to download as a word to the email address that's connected to your checkout method, your payment method. So thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Let's keep it going.